I've been asked to do well, not been asked, but I've been seeing everyone doing their their best and worst of the year list. So instead of doing that, I figured I'd just do a quick run through of on Letterboxd I've been ranking all the movies I've seen this year and also update what I saw last year. Cuz that video is now a little outdated and I've seen more because there's always like a growing list. So like even this video will become outdated in some time when I see movies I missed from this year in the future because I did not get to see even my most anticipated movies because I just don't have the ability to do that. So I'm just gonna quick run through these so that you can see them. This is last year. I got to see Falling and The Hand of God recently, and both of them were new favorites of mine. I believe I gave them 10 out of 10s, but like they were the last two of the 10 out of the 10s here just because I feel like each time I see one, it's always put down lower just because I don't remember where it is out of the 10s, like if it was higher or lower. I don't know. For some reason, I tend to just put the newest 10s like in the order that I watched them, because it's hard for me to rank them at the time, and I feel like it's not as impactful as like the earlier ones. Maybe I just have a nostalgia for them. I don't know. It's hard for me to do that. So, anyways, here's what my 2021 list looks like. My for last year. This is just quicker than going through my YouTube videos, and it's ranked, which I thought was more convenient. I do include episodes, TV shows, just whatever's on Letterboxd, just so that you guys have like a quick view. I'm not gonna go through any of them. I know that some of my picks may be controversial, but this is just like how I felt about them, like genuinely. So this is just for anyone that's interested. I don't want to make a super bloated video about it, wasting your time explaining why I felt the things that I felt. But I just thought you'd all be intrigued by what my thoughts were on these movies. All right, so that's it. Top was best, bomb was worst. I saw 155 movies last year. Now, the 2022 list includes movies at the bottom that are on my to watch list. So everything after Family Camp is movies that well, not true. Uh, Everything, there are like three movies after Family Camp that I've started but not finished because I wasn't super into them. So I probably didn't really like them, and I probably won't. And those are rated with star ratings. I don't know if they'll show up on here. I think it's like The Woman King, Where the Crawdads Sing, stuff like that. But Family Camp is the last one of the ones where like I've seen all of it, and that's like the worst of the year. Family Camp is obviously the worst of the year. So after that, I'm not saying this is worse than Family Camp. I'm saying these are the movies that I count as have not watched. Like I feel like I didn't watch enough of Crawdads or Woman King to count them in the watched pile. So the rest of that is not a ranking. So don't count the rain after Woman King as anything. Those are just on my to watch list, if that makes sense. Basically, any movie from this year that isn't shown is on my watch list, pretty much, because I want to check out everything. So this is where it gets way more controversial. I know everyone has a really different list this year because this year has been kind of bonkers. And I've been kind of going for the more bold movies as my favorites. I don't know why, they are just very affecting to me. Uh, so that's as best as I can explain for like the top two, as much as I know that they are hated. Yeah, even stuff like Bardo, which I know isn't loathed, but you know. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other ones I want to explain. Backrooms is just kind of where do you throw that? Same with stuff like Inside. You just kind of have to throw it wherever. Guardians of the Galaxy, Holiday Special, same with that. There's a lot of them where it just feels like, where do I put this exactly? Yeah, we're getting close to the bomb already because I hadn't seen that much this year. I apologize. So already getting close to the end. There's Family Camp, that's the end. And then Where the Crawdads Sing is the last one that I watched part of. So then after that, there's just all watch list stuff. So yeah, I have a lot that I need to watch, and I do own a lot of it. I just hadn't had the time to watch it or the ability to watch some of these ones that have yet to be released and stuff like that. So yeah, I was hoping this is interesting. I will put links to the letterbox lists in the description and in the. Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing. This is the Guillermo del Toro. These last eight are the Guillermo del Toro anthology series, and I ranked them from best to worst. So, in my opinion, again, I actually thought the finale was the best episode, and the premiere was the worst episode. But all the episodes were around like the same. They were all like between like 6 to 9 out of 10, so they didn't like range too wildly. They were all very watchable. It was just some of them were more affecting than others, and I was very surprised that I even liked the Jennifer Kent one. Was it called The Murmuring? I'm checking 1 second. Because I do not like her previous movies. Like, I feel like she gets better as a director the more she directs. The Babadook I thought had some really cool shots in it, but the characters were atrocious, and I was rooting for their deaths as opposed to like feeling their struggle. So as much as I dug the cinematography in that one, I didn't like love the movie because I was just irritated by it, and I really wanted the Babadook to win because I was really wanting that child to die real bad, which I thought was the point of the movie, and it doesn't get across to the mother's love point at all because it's too badly drilling into you this child just like needs to die for there to be any like closure for this movie, and he needs to die the most horrible way possible because you just hate this child. I don't think I'm alone in thinking that. Uh yeah. Uh but like then her next movie, I'm already forgetting what it's called. But let's just say there's a very interesting inciting incident and then it runs out of steam immediately afterwards. It doesn't really know where to go for the next 2 hours. Even though it's like a really haunting opening act, the following two acts are just literally running around circles, like literally. So I found this was much, much more interesting, like it dealing with loss and things like that. Yeah, I really like the anthology, by the way. Uh, so yeah, these last eight, yes, I have seen all of them. I just put them near the end because I wanted to keep them all together instead of spraying them apart. So I apologize if I made that confusing. Uh, so yeah. Trying to think. Probably out of the ones that are left that I have access to, the one I'm most anticipating watching is The Stranger, because I thought, yo, the trailer for that looks great. I was so excited to watch it, and I'm a huge fan of Sean Harris and Joel Edgerton, but especially Sean Harris. I just watched a movie with him not long ago called Brian Rock. It was a remake of an old, I want to say Hitchcock movie, but that's wrong. I don't think it's directed by Hitchcock. Anyways, it's an old noir movie that was a remake of, and I really liked it, which surprised me because the reviews were really bad for it. It was put out by IFC, and there's not really a way to watch it. I mean, I rented it from Netflix, like the DVD, and there isn't really like a way to own it. I think the only way you can own it is through like Amazon Prime Video digitally, like you can buy it, but you can't get like a physical DVD of it that I could find over in the United States. So that's a little annoying. Sorry about all the little tangents. I just thought these were important to mention. I'll put the links to the Letterboxd lists and my movie reviews in the description and the comments so that you guys can check out of your own free will and see what my star ratings and my scores out of 10 are for all of these and the other reviews if you guys are interested. And thank you all for watching. Bye.